Yeah, I'm here at IEM with our Home Story Cup 5 winner Nerchio. You qualified for this IEM Cologne online, but there was an open bracket here and 7 Koreans and Grubby made it. So a lot of Koreans fly to Germany just for this tournament. How big is IEM?
I would rather say the IEM is an additional tournament for them because like MC and ST are just here for promotional stuff, so they sign up because they can. And it was pretty obvious that like the open bracket qualifiers, I mean, that most of them will be Koreans coming from there, so that's not unexpected.
Okay, tell us your thoughts when you first saw your group for this IEM.
It was the strongest group before I saw who came in. Then there were some more Terrans, but it wasn't MVP or Nesty, so I mean Nesty isn't playing that well this tournament, so like, you know, if he was in my group it wouldn't be much stronger than it was. But when I saw like Puma and 4GG joining my group from the open bracket, I was quite happy. It could be better, but because I didn't feel like I was playing my best against Terrans lately, but I watched replays of them and I knew what I prepared myself. Let's say like that.
Okay, during the group stage, you, let's say, surprisingly lost to the Muslim. What happened in this game?
I'm actually not quite sure. I was quite happy with my overall play, but there was few things missing, and that's probably what lost me the game. Like in the last deciding match, I didn't make upgrades free, and that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, it happens like 1 in 200 games, so it's okay.
Okay, in your group there has also been sort of the Swedish player. He's Zerg. He was some kind of a rising player during the last weeks. He played quite well at Remake Summer. You lost him a few times online. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid because I know his ZVZ is strong, but I also knew that I can beat him because I lost to him once in I think IPL qualifiers or something like that. But I didn't do my best then, and the games were still really close. So I knew that if I play better than then, I will be able to beat him. And like same stuff like against the Muslim, I was happy overall, but there was like few things missing again. I think I could win, but last game when he counter-attacked me, I was kind of sloppy with my larva inject, so I couldn't use like 1,000 minerals, and that's probably what lost me the game.
Yeah, the group was quite close. At this moment you had 1 win and 2 lose. Every game changed the whole constellation in the group. It was very close, and then you had to face 2 Koreans, Puma and 4GG. What were your thoughts when you went 1-2 in this group?
Actually, I'm quite confident usually when going into the groups because I usually advance, even if it's first or third place, that doesn't matter. But yeah, when I was 1-2, I was kind of worried because 4GG, especially 4GG, not really Puma, is a really strong player and he was beating me constantly on the ladder. But I saw that he's using the same build like every game. He never changes his style, so I prepared, let's say, for his style, and he played same as I expected him to. Same with Puma. I watched like 2 replays and he did exactly the same thing, so it wasn't really too hard for me, let's say, to counter what they did.
Okay, so in your group you lost to Europeans and you won all the Koreans. Everybody says, oh, I'm so afraid of Koreans. So Koreans who attend at many European tournaments like this or Home Story Cup, is it easier to play against them from time to time?
For sure, the more you play against Koreans, the easier for you to win is, because you need to know their style. at the beginning, when I was facing Koreans, I was losing all the time, but right now it's going quite okay. Even like in my group, I lost to foreigners, but we won against Koreans. But it's not like I'm better versus Koreans. I just didn't have enough luck when I was facing foreigners, or maybe I wasn't warmed up enough in the first games, because usually when I enter the tournament, the first match is my worst. So.
Okay, yeah, in the end you had 3 wins and 2 losses, like 2 others too, and you just made it to the first place because of the maps. It was pretty close, and luckily you went out of your group on top, so you're already in the quarterfinal. You're for sure in the top 8. What are your expectations for the upcoming brackets?
Well, it's hard to say because I didn't see the bracket yet. I don't even know who I'm facing because the groups are still being played. But I'm mostly afraid of MC and MVP, I guess. But MVP, as I saw, is already not in my part of the bracket. And yeah, I think that's all what I wanted to say.
Okay, so probably there will be mostly Koreans in the brackets. Is there any Korean player here you don't want to face?
Especially MC, and besides that, I don't think so. Usually MC. I beat him on Home Story Cup, but I'm not so confident against him right now.
Okay, so as last question, let's talk about Nesty. He was probably one of the favorites here, and he didn't make it out of his group. But for example, Violet made it out of his group, and he's one of the Koreans living in the US. What do you think about those 2 players?
Violet is really good, but I didn't see him in that many tournaments. I mean, he participates from time to time in a lot, and then he kind of disappears for a while. But if people follow Nesty, they should know that he's not really in the best shape right now. So, and when I saw his games like in the open bracket, I wasn't really that impressed, so I knew he might have a hard time advancing from his group. And in the end he lost, so I'm not really surprised by that.
Okay, one more question to the SEE tournament taking place here. Luckily you were in Group A at IEM, so you could play your SEE matches today very relaxed. But players like Elfie and Grubby had to really hard and tough schedule. Do you think it's a big problem that the organizations don't talk to each other?
Well, of course it's a problem, but it's hard to organize it the way, you know, that all the tournaments, and there's like 4 or 5 here at Gamescom, won't interfere with each other. So of course they should talk, but usually, at least at Gamescom, they won't really be able to find a suitable time for everybody.
Okay, Artur, thanks for your time, and the last words are yours.
Yeah, thanks to Team Acer and all my fans, I guess.